Harper and Harper Audio present Barry Parker Doesn't Catch Crushes by Tanita S. Davis. Performed by Alaska Jackson. For Miss Yingling and the fictional Mrs. Yunling, who agreed that it would be nice if there were more middle-grade books with Latin classes in them. Chapter 1. If Beryl Parker were drawing a cartoon to match her mood, the main color would be tangerine, a bright, juicy shade that bubbled with fizzy warmth and happiness and matched the tank top she was wearing with her favorite cut-off jean shorts. Tangerine was the shade of the best part of summer, when the skies were a hazy white blue, when there was sweet corn and giant tomatoes at almost every meal, and when the light lasted long past 9 o'clock. Tangerine was the joyful feeling of goofing off, of old Disney movies in the park on the weekend, and of late nights watching for shooting stars on the trampoline in her best friend Leah's backyard. Today was especially tangerine-y, since it was a slightly hazy afternoon in the middle of August. It wasn't yet broiling hot, and Barry and her mother, Ivy, were heading for lunch after their annual school shopping trip. "Yes, we're done. Lunch," Barry cheered, doing a happy dance as they found the car in the parking garage. "I'm pretty much starving, Ives, aren't you?" "Entirely," Ivy said, hitting the remote and dumping the bags in the back seat. She retrieved her sunglasses from where she'd snugged them atop the crinkled curls of her short, dark hair, and dropped into the driver's seat, turning up the air conditioning as Barry climbed in and fastened her seatbelt. "Mexican food, Thai food, or something else?" her mom asked, expertly backing the small silver rental car out of the narrow store parking space. Barry tightened the scarf she was using as a headband and tried to smooth out her ponytail, which had gone frizzy in the dry heat. Thai. No, wait. We had Thai on Sunday. Let's have Mexican food. I'm going through a guacamole withdrawal." "You are definitely my kid," Ivy laughed, turning on some music and merging into the lane heading away from the outlet stores. "Add some salsa picante to that and we've got a plan." A plan. That's what Barry loved about the August invasion. Planned, intentional time. Ivy had started the tradition for Barry in the 3rd grade, and Barry knew how big a deal it was that Ivy saved up all her vacation days to spend with her. And when those 3 weeks were over, Barry would hug the life out of Ivy before her mother would drive the 5 hours north again, back to South Kingsbury, where she lived and helped manage a giant resort hotel just north of South Lake Tahoe. The invasion wasn't the only time Barry and her mother got to see each other, of course. Sometimes Barry took a long bus ride up to see Ivy over a holiday weekend during the school year, and sometimes Dad would make the drive up to Tahoe to hike or camp and make a quick drop-off detour up to Kingsbury. It really depended on how busy Ivy was. The tourist season in South Lake Tahoe was intense, and she worked a lot of weird hours, and how busy Dad was as a surgical nurse who worked 12-hour shifts some days. Dad and Ivy have been working out how to make sure Barry got enough Ivy time since she was 3 years old, so it wasn't anything new. But the August invasion was definitely Barry's favorite visit of the year, mostly because she could sometimes force Dad and Ivy to hang out together, which supported Barry's secret dream of them all living in the same house again someday. But also because Barry got to share her life, the town she loved, the people she knew, the stuff she liked, with Ivy. That way, when they talked throughout the rest of the year, it was like Ivy was right there with her. That was definitely the best part. The bouncy soundtrack from the Jekyll and Hyde musical paused as Ivy's phone rang through the car's speakers. "Lennox Cole?" Barry said, reading the name from Ivy's phone with a jolt of recognition. "Wait, isn't your boss who took you to dinner that one time named Lennox? Why is your boss calling you on vacation?" Ivy did a double take at the caller ID as the phone rang again. "Yeah, that's Len. He's not exactly my boss, but hang on, B, I need to take this." Switching the call to her earbud, Ivy picked up. "Hi, Len, what's up?" "Oh, no, that's fine. No, but I'm driving." "Oh, okay, sure. That's no problem. I can call you back in 5. Okay, sure. I'll talk to you then."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?